Section 5. Arena. The arena includes all elements of the game infrastructure that are required to play Crescendo presented by Haas. The field, game pieces, queue area, team media area, designated technician area, and all equipment needed for field control, robot control, and scorekeeping. The arena is modular and assembled, used, disassembled, and shipped many times during the competition season. It undergoes wear and tear. The arena is designed to withstand rigorous play and frequent shipping. Every effort is made to ensure that arenas are consistent from event to event. However, arenas are assembled in different venues by different event staff, and some small variations occur. For details regarding assembly tolerances, please refer to the 2024 arena layout and markings diagram. Successful teams will design robots that are insensitive to these variations. Illustrations included in this section are for a general visual understanding of the Crescendo arena, and dimensions included in the manual are nominal. Please refer to the official drawings for exact dimensions, tolerances, and construction details. The official drawings, CAD models, and drawings for low-cost versions of important elements of the Crescendo field are posted on the Crescendo Playing Field webpage on the FRC website. 5.1. Field. Each field for Crescendo is approximately 26 feet and 11 1/4 inches by 54 feet 3 1/4 inches, carpeted area bounded by inward-facing surfaces of the Alliance walls, sources, amps, and amp pocket walls, and guardrails. The field is populated with the following elements: 1 amp per Alliance, 1 speaker per Alliance, 1 source per Alliance, and 1 stage per Alliance. The surface of the field is low pile carpet, Shaw Floors, Philadelphia Commercial, Nayland 2 20, 66561 medallion. Nayland 2 carpet is not available for purchase, and the closest equivalent is Shaw Philadelphia brand Perfusion 20 style 54933. The edge of the carpet is secured to the venue floor using 3M premium matte gaffer's tape, GT2, or comparable gaffer's tape. Guardrails form the edges of the field. Guardrails are a 1 foot 8 inch tall system of transparent polycarbonate supported on the top and bottom by aluminum extrusion. There are 4 gates in the guardrail that allow access to the field for placement and removal of robots. The gate pass-through, when open, is 3 foot 2 inch wide. Gates are closed and shielded during the match. There are 2 versions of the guardrails and driver stations used for competitions. One design is reflected in the 2024 official FRC field drawings and models, the other is designed and sold by AndyMark. While the designs are slightly different, the critical dimensions, performance, and expected user experience between them are the same unless otherwise noted. Detailed drawings for the AndyMark designs are posted on the AndyMark website. All illustrations in this manual show the traditional field design. 5.2. Areas, zones, and markings. Field areas, zones, and markings of consequence are described below. Unless otherwise specified, the tape used to mark lines and zones throughout the field is 2 inch 3M premium matte cloth gaffer's tape GT2, ProGaff premium professional grade gaffer's tape, or comparable gaffer's tape. Areas. Alliance area. A 26 foot 11 1/8 inch wide by 9 foot 10 1/4 inch deep, infinitely tall volume formed by and including the Alliance wall, the edge of the carpet, Alliance colored tape, guardrail, and the amp wall. Amp zone. A 10 foot 10 inch long by 1 foot 5 3/4 inch wide, infinitely tall volume defined by the amp wall, guardrail, Alliance wall, and Alliance colored tape. The amp zone includes the tape. Center line. A white line that bisects the length of the field. Coach line. A blank line in the Alliance area that extends from the end of the Alliance wall, amp side, to the edge of the Alliance area. Robot starting zone. A 6 foot 4 1/8 inch wide by 23 foot 8 1/8 inch long, infinitely tall volume bounded by the Alliance wall, amp zone, opponent source zone, and black tape. The robot starting zone includes the black tape and excludes the amp zone and source zone tape. Source area. A 5 foot 3/4 inch wide by 15 foot 10 1/2 inch long, infinitely tall volume bounded by the source wall, the edge of the carpet, and Alliance colored tape. The source area includes the tape. Source zone. An infinitely tall parallelogram shaped volume bounded by the source wall, the opponent's Alliance wall, and Alliance colored tape. The source zone is 1 foot 6 3/4 inches deep with respect to the source wall and includes the Alliance colored tape. Spike mark. One of 11 marks used to identify placements of notes before the match. The 3 marks in front of each speaker are made with black tape, and the 5 marks along the center line are made with black marker. See Figure 6-2. Stage zone. An infinitely tall 6-sided volume surrounding the stage, bounded by and including the Alliance-colored tape. Starting line. A white line spanning the Alliance area and adjacent source area that is parallel to and located 2 feet from the bottom square tube of the Alliance wall to the near edge of the tape. Wing. An infinitely tall volume bounded by the Alliance wall, opponent's source wall, guardrail, and Alliance-colored line that spans the width of the field and amp wall. 5.3 Amp. An amp is a structure used by robots to pass notes to the Alliance area. There is 1 amp per Alliance. Each amp has a vertical pocket that is 3 7/8 inches deep, 1 foot 6 inches tall, and 2 feet wide. The bottom of the pocket is 2 feet 2 inches from the carpet. Each amp is 4 feet 1.5 inches from the closest Alliance wall. There are 2 sets of lights on top of the amp, Alliance-colored amp lights and amber cooperation lights. Amp lights indicate the number of notes accumulated for amplification or cooperation. The cooperation light indicates progress towards cooperation. The amp light behavior and meanings are as follows. Bottom light on. The Alliance has 1 note towards amplification or cooperation. Both lights on. The Alliance has 2 notes towards amplification, one of which can be used for cooperation. Top light blinking at 2 Hz. The speaker is amplified. The cooperation light behavior and meanings are as follows. Blinking at 1 Hz, it's auto or the initial 45 seconds of teleop and the Alliance has not used a note for cooperation. Solid on. If initial 45 seconds of teleop, the human player has used a note for cooperation. If after the initial 45 seconds of teleop, both Alliances have used a note for cooperation. Off. The cooperation window has expired and cooperation was not accomplished. A wire panel U-line H6277BL is horizontally installed on the top of the guardrail and between the amp and the Alliance wall. 5.4 Source. A source is an assembly through which human players feed notes into the field. The source wall, the field-facing side of the source, separate the source zone from the source area. Each source has a 6 foot 3¼ inch wide by 6 inch tall opening through which notes pass to the field. The bottom of the opening is 3 feet 3/4 inches from the carpet. A 50-degree slope tunnel called the chute leads to the opening in the source wall. The chute extends into the source area such that the bottom edge of its source area opening is 4 foot 4¾ inches above the carpet. 5.5 Stage. Each stage is a 3-leg structure and 10 feet 1 inch from its corresponding Alliance wall. Each stage consists of truss feet, truss segments, truss junctions, aluminum framing, and polycarbonate sheets. The center core of the structure suspends from the truss such that aluminum surfaces are 2 feet 4¼ inches above the carpet. However, certain features decrease the effective clearance under the core of the stage. The least amount of clearance is where polycarbonate gusset plates are above truss feet, resulting in an actual clearance of 2 foot 3 7/8 inches. 3 chains designated stage left, stage right, and stage center stage, as shown in Figure 5-9, span the space between each stage truss leg. Chains attached to each leg via a carabiner, eye bolt, and mounting gusset 4 feet above the carpet. Chains droop such that their lowest point are 2 feet 4¼ inches from the carpet, and the chain rests 1 foot 4 5 inches from the face of the stage core. The chain is 1/4 inch grade 43 zinc plated chain. The core structure of the stage is a 6-sided column covered by polycarbonate walls. Each of the 3 wider walls have an opening covered by a flap, which leads to a trap. The bottom of each opening is 4 foot 8½ inches above the carpet. The trap is the volume bounded by the 4 square tube segments highlighted in Figure 5-10 and the plastic panels covering the volume front and back. A microphone is a vertical post centered above each trap and mounted to top of core structure. Each microphone is a 1 foot tall piece of 1¼ inch Schedule 40 aluminum pipe. The top of each microphone is 7 feet 4¼ inches above the carpet. A podium is an Alliance-colored HDPE panel attached to the stage leg facing the Alliance wall. Each podium is 1 foot 5¾ inches tall by 10 inches wide and mounted just above the top of the truss foot. 5.6 Alliance Walls. The Alliance walls separate robots from drive team members in the Alliance area. It consists of 3 driver stations and the vertical surfaces behind the subwoofer. 5.6.1 Speaker. A speaker consists of a subwoofer and all elements above and behind the Alliance wall. The speaker features an opening through which robots score notes. The opening is bounded by speaker components and the top of the Alliance wall. The lowest edge of the speaker opening is 6 feet 6 inches from the carpet, and the highest edge of the opening is 6 feet 10 7/8 inches above the carpet. The opening is 3 foot 5¾ inches wide and extends 1 foot 16 inches into the field. The plane of the opening is at a 14-degree upward angle relative to the carpet. The roof inside speaker forms a concave surface against which notes bounce. The subwoofer is a 6-face element centered below each speaker and positioned against the Alliance wall. The subwoofer is 3 feet 1 inch tall and the vertical panels are 8 3/8 inches tall. The subwoofer extends 3 feet 1/8 inch from the Alliance wall. Vertical faces are black HDPE. The side inclined faces are Alliance colored HDPE and the center inclined panels are vinyl coated polycarbonate. Lights indicating if the speaker is amplified, and if so, how much amplification time remains. Light strings in the top of the speaker match the Alliance color and turn on if the speaker is amplified. Alliance-colored lights in the subwoofer turn on when amplification starts and recede second by second as amplification progresses. 5.6.2 Driver Stations. A driver station is one of 3 assemblies within an Alliance wall behind which a drive team operates their robot. Each driver station is made from a 3 foot 3¼ inch tall diamond plate base, topped with a 3 foot 6 inch tall transparent plastic sheet and a top rail. An aluminum shelf is attached to each driver station to support an operator console. The shelf is 5 feet 9 inches wide and 1 foot 1/4 inch deep. There is a 4 foot 6 inch long by 2 inch wide strip of hook and loop tape loop side along the center of the support shelf that may be used to secure the operator console to the shelf. Blue box. There may be a ramp available at events for drive teams with limited mobility. It is specially designed to allow an individual using a wheelchair to access the driver station shelf and or see onto the field. However, this accommodation is available to anyone who is using a wheelchair or other physical disability that obstructs their view of the field. Teams should speak to the FTA before matches begin to ensure that it is available for each of the team's matches. This ramp is available at many regional and district events. For questions, please connect with local program delivery partners. Each driver station contains the following elements for drive teams. 1 Ethernet cable attached to the Ethernet port of the operator console and provides connectivity to the Field Management System, FMS. 1 120-volt AC NEMA 515R power outlet, i.e. standard US outlet, located on each driver station shelf and protected by its own 2-amp circuit breaker. It can be used to power the operator console. Drive teams are responsible for monitoring their power consumption, as a trip breaker in the outlet does not constitute an arena fault. For some events, in regions that don't use NEMA 515 shaped outlets, event organizers may install appropriate plug adapters to be used throughout the event. 1 emergency stop, E-stop button, located on the left side of the driver station shelf and is used to deactivate a robot in an emergency. 1 autonomous stop, A-stop button, located on the right side of the driver station shelf and is used to disable a robot during auto. 1 teen sign, located at the top of each driver station. The field-facing side of the sign displays the team number in the Alliance color. The Alliance area side of the sign displays the following information in red. Pre-match, team number and robot connection state. During the match, progress towards RP threshold, not applicable during playoff tournament. Time remaining in amplification, and remaining match period time. One timer, in driver station 2 only, displays the official time remaining in the match period on the field-facing side in white, and official time remaining in the match period and match scores on the Alliance area facing side in red. One team LED stack indicates Alliance color, robot status, E-stop, and A-stop status, and is centered at the top of each driver station. The stack includes 2 identical Alliance-colored robot status LEDs above a third amber A-stop, E-stop LED. LED states are as follows. Robot status LEDs. Solid indicates that the robot is connected and enabled. This only happens during a match. Blinking indicates that either the FMS is present or is preset for the match and the robot is not connected yet, or it's during a match and the corresponding robot is bypassed, has lost connectivity, or the E-stop was pressed. Off indicates that the robot is linked and disabled prior to the start of the match. This light is also off regardless of robot connection status after the match has concluded. A-stop/E-stop LED. Solid. The robot is disabled due to a press of the team E-stop button, the field E-stop button, or by the scorekeeper via FMS. Blinking. The robot is disabled for the remainder of auto due to a press of the team A-stop button. Off. The robot is not disabled by the field. FMS hardware and wiring, mostly located below shelves in the 2 driver stations closer to the scoring table. 5.7 Game Pieces. A note is a orange foam torus with a 10-inch inside diameter, 1 foot 2-inch outside diameter, and 2-inch thickness. A note weighs 8.3 plus or minus 0.2 ounces. Notes are available for purchase from AndyMark AM-4999. A high note is the same shape, size, and material as a note, but also has 3 equidistant pieces of white gaffer's tape that wrap around the circular cross-section. 5.8 April Tags. April tags are 8 and an 1/8 inch square targets located above subwoofers, on source walls, above amp walls, and above traps. There are 16 unique markers on the field, positioned as shown in Figure 5-19. All markers are from the 36H11 tag family, IDs 1 through 16. April tags 1 through 10 are mounted to and centered on a 10.5 inch square polycarbonate panel. April tags 11 through 16 are mounted to an aluminum plate. Each marker has an identifying text label. If April tags experience wear and marking during matches, they are repaired with gaffer's tape. Figure 5-20, April tag sizing. Here's the outlined image for visual clarity, edge of core April tag geometry. Source April tags, IDs 1, 2, 9, and 10, are mounted to the source wall. The bottom of each tag's panel is 4 feet and an 1/8 inch above the carpet and 1 foot 7 3/8 inches from the vertical center of the source. Speaker April tags, IDs 3, 4, 7, and 8, are mounted to the Alliance wall. The bottom of each tag's panel is 4 feet 3 7/8 inches above the carpet. One tag, IDs 4 and 7, is vertically centered above each subwoofer. The second tag, IDs 3 and 8, is shifted towards driver station 2, and the edge of its panel is 1 foot 5 inches from the vertical center of the speaker Alliance wall plastic. Amp April tag panels, IDs 5 and 6, are 4 feet and 1/8 inch above the carpet and centered vertically above the amp wall. Stage April tag plates, IDs 11 through 16, are 3 feet 11.5 inches above the carpet and centered vertically on each of the 3 wide faces of the stage core. These tags are behind a 1/4 inch thick polycarbonate. For further markers locating information, please refer to the 2024 Arena Layout and Markings diagram. Printable versions of the markers are available on the 2024 Playing Field webpage. 5.9 The Field Management System. The Field Management System, FMS, is all the electronics responsible for sensing and controlling the first robotics competition field. The FMS encompasses all field electronics, including computers, referee touchscreens, the wireless access point, sensors, stack lights, A-stops, and E-stops, etc. When a drive team connects the Ethernet cable from their assigned driver station to their operator console, the driver station software on the operator console computer communicates with FMS. Once connected, the open ports available are described in Table 8-5. Note that robot code cannot be deployed while connected to FMS. Additional information about the FMS may be found in the FMS white paper. The FMS alerts participants to milestones in the match using audio cues detailed in Table 5-1. Please note that audio cues are intended as a courtesy to participants and not intended as official match markers. If there's a discrepancy between an audio cue and the field timers are the authority. Event, match start, cavalry charge. Auto ends at 0 seconds, buzzer. Teleop begins at 2 minutes and 15 seconds, 3 bells. Match end, buzzer. Match stopped, foghorn. Assuming there would be a field fault. 5.1, field staff. Field staff are responsible for making sure that matches are cycled through efficiently, fairly, safely, and with a spirit of cooperation, gracious professionalism, and generosity of spirit. Field staff roles are filled by volunteers from the community who prepare for the event with thorough training and certification. There are 3 field side key volunteers with whom teams should be familiar and are encouraged to use as resources to make their event experience valuable in whatever way the team defines valuable. Head referee trains, directs, and supervises referees. They oversee all scoring processes and procedures in collaboration with the first technical advisor, FTA. They interact with students, volunteers, and contracted first staff. The head referee is positioned between the field and the scoring table and wears a yellow shirt. The head referee has final authority for decisions regarding match scores, penalties, and yellow and red card assignments. For additional details, please refer to the head referee role description. First technical advisor, FTA, ensure events run smoothly, safely, and in accordance with FIRST requirements. The FTA collaborates with FIRST staff, event staff, and other event volunteers in many different areas at events. The FTA is the liaison between FIRST HQ and the event for all things related to the field, robots, and game, acts as a team advocate for all teams competing at the event, and is a major point of escalation and conflict resolution for the event. For additional details, please refer to the FTA role description. Field supervisor directs activity on the field to ensure efficient execution of the matches, pacing of the event, and smooth flow of match play. Field supervisors are responsible for ensuring the field is intact and lead field reset teams, who are responsible for resetting the field after each match in preparation for the subsequent match. For additional details, please refer to the field supervisor role description.